What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Horseshoe. My name is Matt, and the NFL draft concluded yesterday. I'm going to give my thoughts on this draft class in general after sitting on it for a day. But before I do, if you're new, please click that subscribe button. It would help out a lot if you did so. Also, click the bell icon so you're notified when a video goes up as well as when we go live. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on this draft class. So, a lot of people thought we were going to go left tackle right away. Didn't do that at all. We went defense heavy in the first two rounds, and then it was a mix of offense and defense from there. So I want to go through each of these players, give my thoughts on them, and let's start off in the first round. Kwity Paye. I love this pick. I love Kwity Paye. I think he offers a lot for the defense. Just the way he can get to the quarterback, just his explosiveness. I love it a lot. I think he's really going to fit in, and I think he's going to have a lot of fun getting to the quarterback because with him and with DeForest Buckner, that defensive line is going to be tough to beat. So I love that pickup. I think he's going to be great for this team. I really don't see how this was a bad pick. Um, I think this is probably, as far as the first round goes, the steal of the round because Kwity Paye fell as far as he did. I didn't think he was going to go 21. I had him going in the top 15 to 18 at the absolute highest. I thought 18 would be the farthest he'd go, but I was expecting more, top 14 with Minnesota there. They need an edge rusher. So I thought, oh, they'll go Kwity Paye because their defensive line needs help. So the fact that he fell to 21 was a big surprise. I think the value we're going to get for where we pick him is very, very good. So in round two, this was a surprise. They went defensive line again, and that was Dayo Odeyingbo. And I was confused at first. I wasn't too big on it at first. I thought about it a little bit, made my video, was a little more for it now. Granted, he won't be playing right away. I love this pick. I think Dayo is a great fit for our team. His length is going to be very difficult for the offensive line to contain, and he offers that explosiveness again. I think he's going to get to the quarterback. He, like Chris Ballard said, he's a first-round talent. He just had that injury. A guy that, he reminds me of in that sense is Julian Blackmon. He was a first-round, second-round talent, and then he had that bad injury, fell to the third round, and then we ended up taking him in the third round. Dayo, torn Achilles. Not easy to get through. But if he can come back from it 90 to 100%, this defensive line with Dayo, just whether he's playing on the inside or the outside of the defensive line, Dayo is going to be difficult to stop. So I love this pickup now. We could have went offensive line, yes, but really in round two, where we were at and with who was taken before us, to me, the value for left tackle was not as high as with Dayo. I think he has more value for this team than getting some offensive linemen in that scenario. Because you don't want to just, go ahead and take a left tackle just to take a left tackle. You need to make sure when you pick somebody up who is as important as a left tackle, you need to make sure they are going to offer you a lot of talent based on where you pick them up at. The value is important when we get to the second round and the first round, whatnot. The value wasn't there. Dayo, I think, was better, so I'm all for it. Then we get to the fourth round because we didn't have a third round pick. And with the fourth round, we made Kylen Granson our selection. And tight end wasn't the biggest need, but I did see it as a need because we weren't going to have Trey Burton. You needed that third tight end. And I think Kylen is going to be tight end number 3 his first season, but I could see him potentially being tight end number 2 or maybe even tight end number 1 for our team, depending on how he plays this year, next year. He's obviously the most athletic tight end that we have on this team. So that's obviously a good thing. He's good with yards after the catch. Is he inconsistent? Yes, that's probably his downfall. He needs to be a little more consistent. But I still think he offers a lot of tools that can be valuable for this team. If he can be consistent, I think this guy can be really, really good with Carson Wentz. I think he really can fit into this team. I like the speed he offers. I like, his ability to catch the ball. Does he drop the ball? Sure, but still, I think if he can get those things fixed, he can be a very difficult tight end to stop. I like this pick. I don't love it, but I like it a lot. I could love it in a year or two. I just got to see him on the field and how he plays before I say, oh, this was a great pick or oh, this wasn't a great pick. I like it. I think it was a good pick because we needed a tight end. And, we got to go best player available. And he was probably the best player available. I know some people are freaking out, oh, there's better tight ends. I don't know about that. You know, it just depends. How does he fit into the system? And I think he fits into the system better than any of the other tight ends that were available at that point. So I'm good with the pick. I don't love the pick, but I'm good with it. Now next is Shawn Davis, safety from Florida, and I like the pick. It is, I think, a need. It wasn't the biggest need on the team, but still I think safety was a need because Malik Hooker is gone. So we needed to replace Malik Hooker. And I think Shawn Davis can be a good replacement for him. He's not going to start over, Blackman and Willis, but I do think he can come in and be a rotational piece. Or if you want to have like three safeties on the field, you can throw him in there. I like a lot of what he offers for our team. He's really good when it comes to forcing turnovers, and like I said yesterday, he's good at breaking up passes, and he's good in those one-on-one scenarios. So that's obviously very valuable. I think towards the end of the season, our defense, as far as like the secondary goes, was going down in the rankings. I think adding Shawn Davis to this team can keep it in the top, 10 as far as, I guess secondaries in NFL. I think Julian Blackmon's going to be great next year. Same with Willis. And I think Shawn Davis is going to have a good rookie year. It's going to be difficult to have as good of a year as Blackman did, but I think Shawn Davis can have a really solid year. He's not going to be on the field as much as, Blackman and Willis, but still, I think for a rotational piece, I think this was a good pickup. We needed a safety. Day 3, this is the right pick to make in day 3. So I like it. I know the IU safety was taken right before us, and that was one of the guys I wanted us to go after. I thought safety was a position we needed to go into on day 3. I would have liked to have him, but looking at Shawn Davis, I love it. And plus, the way he can hit, he is a powerful hitter too. So that's something I love. He's not Bob Sanders. Bob Sanders is like a legend for us. He didn't get to play on the field a whole lot because he did get hurt a lot. But Shawn Davis, like Bob Sanders, hits hard. And I think that's really, really good, especially when you have a receiver, getting past the corner and the safeties have to bring the receiver down. If Shawn Davis can knock the ball out a few times, that's huge for us. So I like this pickup. I think it's a pretty solid pickup, especially on day 3. Next, this was where people got surprised, including me, Sam Ehlinger, quarterback from Texas. I am fine with this pick. And the reason why I'm fine is we need 3 quarterbacks on this team. We are still in the COVID time. We don't know what's going on with COVID. So picking up a quarterback in the draft is a good idea. Now, if Alex Smith decided not to retire and wanted to play another season, maybe we would have went that route. But when you look at who's available compared to who's in this draft, you might as well just draft somebody. I don't know who's going to be QB number 2. I think it's safe to assume Carson Wentz will be QB 1. But we look at QB 2, it's going to be between, Jacob Eason, and it's going to be between Sam Ehlinger. Those 2 are going to fight it out for number 2. Whoever doesn't win that will be on the practice squad, or I could see all 3 not being on the practice squad and them being on the roster because, like I said, you never know. Carson Wentz could have COVID and he could be out for a game, or, Jacob Eason could have COVID and be out for a game. You need that guy that can come in and replace them. I think Sam Ehlinger is a solid pickup. He's played winning football. He doesn't turn the ball over a whole lot by what I've seen. So I'm fine with this pickup. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I think this is more of a depth piece and just, getting that box check. So, he's going to battle it out. He's going to try to be the starting quarterback. That's just who he is. I don't think that's going to happen, but he's going to fight for it. I think that's what you want to have from your players. And then we get to the 7th round, our final 2 picks. Michael Strachan, I believe is how you say his name, Michael Strachan. He's from the Bahamas. He went to Charleston University, and he was picked up here. And I love this pickup. This guy has size. He's physical. He offers some speed for you. 6'5" as a receiver is awesome. I think this is a great pickup. This honestly might be my 2nd or 3rd favorite pick in this entire class. For one, you're giving Carson another weapon. I'm always a fan of adding receivers. You can never have too many. And adding a guy like Mike Strachan is going to be extremely important for Carson Wentz because you need to give him as many weapons as possible. You need to give every quarterback as many weapons as possible because you could be a top 3 quarterback in the league. You need weapons. I think Michael Strachan can be a great piece for Carson Wentz. He's going to offer you so much. He's going to be great automatically in those one-on-one scenarios because of his size. He can make those really difficult catches. So if Carson has to throw it in a specific spot and it's going to be in between 2 defenders, he's going to make those catches for sure. And look, he has the speed. It's tough to bring him down. He is not easy to bring down. I love this pickup. There's not any weaknesses when it comes to this player at all. This is a pick that I am all for. He's a physical freak, and I think he's going to be great for this team. So I'm for it. And then we get the Will Fries, Penn State offensive tackle. We needed to get a left tackle in this draft, and there we go, guys. There's our left tackle. To me, Will Fries is more of a let's throw you in, competition, depth piece, all that good stuff. Could he start at some point? Sure, he could. I don't know if that's going to be the case yet, but I think this is a good pickup, because we need to have that competition and we need to have talent whenever, we have an offensive lineman go out. We saw last year that when we had guys get out of the game or they got hurt or whatever, wasn't the greatest. So I think adding Will Fries is a solid pickup for us. It's not something that's going to make a lot of fans go crazy, but I think he can still be of value. So, yep, there we go. Thank you all for watching. Once again, those are my thoughts. I like the draft class overall. I think, it's a really good draft class. Ultimately, we're going to see how they play on the field. And in a year, we can revisit this draft class and be like, was this truly a good draft class? Or did Chris Ballard make mistakes? There's a lot of fans obviously saying, oh, worst draft class that Chris Ballard has ever had. Look, if it's his worst draft class, odds are it's still going to be pretty good. I think it's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be his best. It's really difficult to beat that 2018 draft class, because when you have guys like Darius Leonard and Quentin Nelson and Braden Smith be drafted in the same class, it's really difficult to have a better one than that. But, who knows? Maybe this could be the best draft class he's ever had. This could be the worst. We don't know. We'll have to look at it in a year. But I like this draft class a lot. I think it fills in a lot of needs. Could we have went left tackle earlier? Sure. But you got to realize just because we need a left tackle doesn't mean we should draft a left tackle. We need to make sure that left tackle that we're drafting is going to be a quality starter. If we don't feel like there is a guy in the 2nd round that is worth going after, we shouldn't go after them. I know some people are like, well, we should have went one in the 1st round. I disagree. I think Kwity Paye was a great pickup. This was the best player available. That's what you got to do. You got to pick the best player available. You can't just go with, let's go position. Because if we go just based off of position, I mean, yeah, we fill in some needs and we might get some great players, but it's something that, to me anyway, I don't think is the wise thing to do because that could really set our team back. If you get the best players available, it increases that competition and it ultimately improves the team as a whole and makes our team better than it would have if we went any other way. Now, I think we could sign a left tackle in the free agency. I still think that's a possibility. But for now, I think, I think we're fine. I think our offensive line is still going to be good. Let's not act like our offensive line is going to be trash because we didn't get a left tackle in this draft. Who knows? We don't know what Chris Ballard sees and the others see. And maybe they see some of these guys that they picked up and went, okay, well, we can put them in this scenario and they can do really, really well. So it's all about what fits the best. And we got to think about it that way. But really, at the end of the day, I think it's a good draft class. I'm not going to go jumping up and down, but I like this draft class a lot. So thank you all for watching. If you're new, please click that subscribe button. It would help out a lot if you did so. Also, click the bell icon so you're notified when a video goes up, as well as when we go live. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments your thoughts on the draft class. Thank you all for watching. I've been Matt, Bleed Blue, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.